Hello, everybody. Today is Thursday, July 17th, 2025, and we are back for another episode of Bricks and Beyond, a creator showcase series. If you haven't noticed yet, we are on a brand new platform here. This is our very first episode on YouTube. I am very excited. I've been waiting for this transition after a couple hiccups over on Instagram. So I am thrilled to be able to bring our special spotlighted guests over here to YouTube. So I won't keep you guys waiting for long. Tonight's guest was born in Panama, lived all over the world, and is now residing in the state of Colorado. He is a cancer survivor, a U.S. military veteran, a Lego an enthusiast, and just an all around good person and great asset to the Lego community. On Instagram and here on YouTube, you will see him as Veteran Lego Dad, but I'm going to introduce you to him as Roger. And there he is.
Everybody.
Man, that was so much smoother than my Instagram transition.
It was a nice one. It was good. It kind of had that nice transition. It was nice and smooth. It was, I don't know. It was nice.
Cool.
I like the countdown. It was
good. Good. Okay.
That was good. I liked it.
Thank
you for the welcome. I appreciate it. The inaugural episode on YouTube. So I feel very honored and blessed. So thank you very much.
Well, I'm honored that you took the time to join me tonight. So I appreciate that. So
absolutely.
So how have you been? How's your week going so far?
It's good. It's good. It's been a nice long week. My family was in town for a little bit, and then they left yesterday. So the last end of the week, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But it's just rocking and rolling, enjoying the summer break for my oldest kiddo. So
yeah. Yep. So Colorado. Haven't been there. That's a bucket list of mine. Place to go. What's the weather like in middle of July?
It's hit or miss. So like this morning we got up and we went to swim practice this morning, and it was 67, overcast, cloudy, some fog. It was kind of creepy because as the team was swimming, you see this fog kind of rolling in over the pool. It was like kind of eerie, which made the kids swim a little bit faster because we were like, maybe Jason's in there or something. So who knows? And then of course, but then in the afternoon it was 87 degrees, gorgeous, sunny, partly cloudy. So it's a hit or miss. I mean, we have our 100s days, we have our 87 days, but the nice thing is here in Colorado is that you can wait about 5 minutes and the weather will change for sure.
I hear. So you guys you do hit hundreds in Colorado.
Oh yeah, we do hit hundreds. We hit 102 a couple of weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, of course you stay inside because it's 102, but it's nice because it's not like 102 that you get in like Arizona or somewhere other places where it's extremely humid. We have a low humidity here, so I don't walk outside and feel like I need to take another shower afterwards.
Oh, that's awful. That's so awful. Especially, you do yard work, you go in, get a shower, then you're ready to go out to eat, and then you step outside. It's like, I think I'm going to need another shower.
I think I'm going to shower. Absolutely.
So I know you mentioned before we went on here. So you went and saw the F1 movie for the second time today. How is it? I'm assuming second time, so you must like it at least a little bit.
I do. I mean, I'm an F1 fan, so I've been watching since the older days of like Senna and Schumacher and Unser Jr. and things like that. So I mean, it's been fun to watch. I kind of got out of it for a little bit just because I got too busy. So it was kind of nice to see this reemergence of the F1 fandom and coming back into it, and trying to get my son into it as well. So his favorite racer is Max Verstappen. So he loves. It was fun because this is the second time I've seen it. I saw it with my wife on my birthday and then in IMAX. And then he wanted to see it today. So we went and saw it again. And the entire time when Max would come on the screen, my son would start singing his song and be like, doot, 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 Max first. I'm like, thank God we have the theater to ourselves. So he can say whatever he wants to say. But it was so fun.
That's funny.
He had a good time with it. And then, of course, he was like, when's the next race, and asking a bunch of questions, and if we have races in the United States or if they all are overseas. And I was like, no, they have a couple. There's one in Austin and there's one in Las Vegas and there's one in Miami. And he was like, ooh, we should go to the Las Vegas one. And I'm like, apparently we're going to be going to Vegas and going to see that race. So
all right, yeah. So So on the topic of F1, because I'm curious. So you said you are an F1 fan regardless of the Lego affiliation. So did you notice an uptick in F1 prior to this Lego collab, or do you feel like there's been an uptick in it because of Lego?
No, I think it's kind of both. I think like there's some of the new shows that have come out. Obviously social media is big with that, and you see a lot more with it. So I think that some of the TV shows that came out were great about that and kind of getting people back into it
Sure.
or introducing them to it. And then you had the movie that came out, and then you had the F1 sets that came out for Lego, and they've done Speed Champion F1 sets before, so it's not like a
Yeah.
big like they've done them before. So it wasn't like a new thing for them. It was more geared towards it.
Okay.
With the blind boxes, with
Yeah.
the
Yep.
buildable, small buildable ones, and of course you have the bigger ones with the tons of stickers, which that's a whole
Gotta love
other
those.
thing. Yeah, I gotta love stickers. I don't know. I mean, for me, I enjoy getting back into it, seeing the technology with it. I think that was the fun. That was what was cool. My son watching the movie today, he got to see all the technology that goes into these racers. Like it's
Sure.
not. I mean, yes, you still have to drive. It's still about driving, but it was like, but all the advances in technology and safety that we have today,
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
versus when I was watching F1 back in the day, was like, man, these were rocket ships that these guys
Yeah.
are like, their heads are above it.
Oh,
And
I
you're just
know.
like, oh my
Oh
gosh.
gosh.
So like
Yeah.
even the introduction of the Halo was just like, oh, that's really cool. And like something to help protect the drivers and keep them safe. So I think
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah, I was to say I remember that when I was younger watching those. I mean, I never could watch F1. Like it always just made me so nervous, like seeing those guys and their heads, and it's just like, man, if you flip once, like I felt like you're just done. I mean, that's just
Right.
and especially how
Right.
fast they go, and like they're
Oh,
just zipping around those
it's so
corners like
fast.
it's nothing. So
Yeah. It was fun because
um,
I've seen that reemergence too. Something else I've seen recently. I watched the race a couple weeks ago at Silverthorne, and it was fun to see like they had the kilometers per hour, but then they had the miles per hour as well
oh, okay.
for all of us. As my friend says, freedom fractions. Like we don't do in kilometers, we deal with miles per hour, and it's like,
Yep.
okay, we could. It's still fast. Like it's
That's that's fast. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's I think I've been in one of those NASCAR simulators, and if
oh
I'm not
wow.
mistaken, those F1, I think F1s are faster than the NASCAR
Oh yeah.
cars, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So to be in that NASCAR simulator, like I can't even imagine like the heat and all that. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you're not pumping out air conditioning in those. Like you're sitting there in the elements.
And it's weird because like again thinking about like just even like their seats, like how they like my son was asking, my oldest son Colin was asking, he's like, where do they like lay? So I had like show him like that they mold the seats to the driver,
Yeah.
and they're like they have to like climb in, and they're almost laying down, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't drive like that. I have to drive.
Claustrophobia,
I mean,
man.
I sit up a little. I mean, I lay back a little bit. There's a
Yeah.
slightly into my driver's seat, but not like I feel like I'm laying down and like my head is above just above like the steering wheel. So yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep. No, I hear you. All right. So obviously you had the family in the movie today. So it sounds like you've been busy. Are you going to take it easy this weekend, or any big plans for the weekend?
I think we're going to take it easy this weekend.
Okay.
Next weekend we have state championships for the summer team, or for the summer state championships in swimming that my son has qualified for
Nice.
this year. So we'll be down. Thank you. We'll be down at the Air Force Academy at the for the next weekend, all weekend, and doing summer swim meets. And I asked him, I was like, do you want to just do your events and then come home? And he's like, no, I want to do my events and I want to watch my friends swim and support them. So,
good.
So for me, it's like that aspect of the team, it's swimming is kind of an individual sport, but especially if you have relays, but that teammate that he has, that team mentality, I love it. So I'm like, absolutely. We'll go down there. We'll spend the day at the academy, or both days at the academy, and enjoy the time. So
yeah, you can't turn a kid away from wanting to support teammates at that age. I mean, that's huge. I mean, because a lot of kids now, it's just like, need to get back to my phone, or I need to get back to my tablet or whatever. And you have to have him be like that. Well,
exactly.
that's some good parenting
Oh, I appreciate
for
that.
sure. But yeah, I mean,
We try. We try.
yeah, you do. But at the end of the day, we always have to give the kids credit because they're the ones that are
Absolutely.
practicing, what they're
Hmm.
taught. So,
Absolutely.
kudos to him. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
all right. So obviously you and I are both in the Lego realm here.
I think
But
so.
before we get into, yeah, I mean, behind you, maybe that's not Lego. I don't know.
I
Green
don't
screen, right?
know. Screen. Yeah.
Before we get into Lego chat, I want everybody to get the opportunity to know you a little bit better as a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll go through some getting to know Roger stuff here, and then we'll jump into the Lego stuff.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So as I mentioned in the intro, you mentioned you were born in Panama. So I
I
feel
was.
like there's a story there. Born in Panama and then raised around the world. So what's the story with that?
So, my parents, met and fell in love, and both my parents were in the military. So,
Okay.
they were both stationed at Howard Air Force Base down in Panama.
Okay.
So obviously that's where I came into the world. So, was down in
The
Panama.
world was
So,
blessed. The down in
yeah.
Panama.
I would say the world was blessed, but that's where I came in to be. But it was fun. I mean, I don't remember it at all because obviously when we moved the first time back stateside, I was one.
Okay.
So I have a baby passport picture from 1 year old
Oh, wow.
as I've traveled back to the United States from overseas. And it's just been, it was fun. So it was a good time to kind of, it's fun to always say that you were born from Panama.
Sure.
Even though I've never been back.
Okay.
I want to go back. I think it'd be just kind of cool to kind of go down there and see the Panama Canal, visit the area. And my mom told me stories about like when you were a baby, we had a cat and the cat got out of the house and it was all jungle behind the house and we don't know what happened
Oh,
to the
wow.
cat. And I'm just like, okay, probably a jaguar ate the cat. I don't know. I mean, sorry, probably morbid, but I was like, maybe, I don't know. So, and then of course my mom made a joke one time. She's like, I have this great picture of you and me in front of the Panama Canal. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. And then she shows me this picture. I'm like, where am I at? And she's like, in my belly. And I'm like, that doesn't quite count. Mom.
Mom's got the humor.
So, yeah, she's got the humor. She tries to at least. So
yeah,
shout out to mom.
Mom jokes, right? Yeah,
mom jokes, almost as bad as dad jokes, but they're pretty good.
Dads get all the credit for the dad jokes, but
mom's
got some jokes too.
Mom's always got jokes too. She's got the zingers that come from us.
Yeah.
I did not left field. Didn't even see that one coming. So.
Yeah, yep. That's how moms roll. So
that's right. That's right.
So then, where else have you been throughout the world?
I mean, I've been everywhere from a lot of the U.S. obviously, East Coast, West Coast, anywhere in between. I've been overseas as well, so Europe.
Okay.
So some places that I would love to go back to and visit. So I want to go to Japan, go to some of those places like that. But we'll see when we get to that point in me and my wife's life and see about getting out to travel those areas and take her to those areas as well. Because she hadn't traveled a lot before when I met her. She legit had left. I think she visited Colorado and maybe Texas in her life before she met me. So I've kind of expanded her horizons to the world, and she's enjoyed it. So it's time to get that now. And I enjoy taking my kids to that. So my brother was here, and we were talking about doing a family trip to Iceland. And my mom was like, "I'll watch the kids, and you guys stay there because it's too cold." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. We'll enjoy it." It's like we're gonna have a blast. So,
man, you got a good mom there. She gets the zingers and she'll free babysitting there.
Right, she's offered. So maybe I might take you up on that offer, Mom. So just if you're watching, just
there you go. I'll put in a good word.
And then next year we're planning on going to. So next year we have a trip planned to Japan. Go out that way, and then I think my son. We have this aspiration because again he's a swimmer. He's really into it. So to give him some motivation, we're thinking about taking him to the LA Olympics in 2028 in LA to go see all the aquatic events.
Sure.
Maybe some gymnastics for the wife because she loves their gymnastics. And maybe some sprinting for me because I love track and field. But so we'll see.
Sounds like a win-win situation for everybody.
Right. So
I mean,
so travel. So and I always tell people go to other places, go to other places, even in the US. I mean, go travel. I mean, we have so many Lego shows and conventions. It's a big thing for me. Is I always tell people when you go to a convention, don't just go to the convention. Go to the city and go enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's one coming up in Utah in a few weeks. Go to Utah and enjoy Utah. Go get a good hike in. Or, one of my funnest memories from a couple of years ago was we did like a mud run with a bunch of us.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I had a nice little welt and bruise on my thigh from it, but it was a good memory. So,
That's
so yeah.
it's funny you say that because I always get a kick out of people that they go on vacation and or take a trip, and you go on these trips and like if you're with a group and you're like where do you guys want to go to eat, where you want to grab some dinner, and someone's just like, oh, I saw this great Italian place, like I think it's called Olive Garden right down the street. It's like, no, when we're
No,
on vacation, we want to get the local stuff. Like we want to
exactly.
experience where we don't want these chains. And
Don't go to a chain. Go get the local cuisine. Go enjoy that
exactly.
nice pizza that you can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like when my brother was here, we took him up to Estes Park, which is one of our favorite places to go visit here in Colorado. I always recommend it to anybody that comes here. It's not a very long drive, very short, but it's a pretty drive, and you get up there and it's a great little mountain town, lots of fun little shopping. But there's this little pizza place that we had gone to that we had never been to, and I was like, we should try it out. New York style pizza. We actually got this pizza that was 27. Was it 27? It was big. It was a big table. I mean, I have a great photo of of the kids all like, oh, this is
interesting.
Huge. Like
share that if you don't mind.
My nieces were like, this is a huge piece of pizza. It was gigantic. And of course they had robots that were serving people pizza and wings and all kind. I'm like, man,
interesting.
This is fun.
Just in a little mountain town.
So it was fun. So it was a good time. But I mean, finding New York style pizza in Estes Park, Colorado, I'm down. I'm down for it. So
yeah. So
I had to teach my son how to properly fold a pizza when New York style in New York City, because he was like, how do I eat this? So I'm like, fold it. And he was like,
exactly. Yeah. Well, so that I was gonna say, so I take it you're not a Chicago style pizza?
I love a good Chicago style pizza.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
I'm just if you ask me if I had two pizzas in front of me between Chicago and New York style, sorry, Chicago, I'm gonna give it to New York style. I mean, all day long, but that's just me. I probably made a lot of people mad that way, and they'll probably unfollow me. It's okay. It's all right. You'll get over it. It's fine. I do like Chicago with pizza. Well. Exactly.
Well, you know what? You are not being a Barstool pizza reviewer, so it's not like you're giving pizza reviews. You're just just opinion on style that you eat.
I leave that.
You eat them both. So
I leave that to him for that's
the
undercarriage and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care as long as it tastes good. I'm down for it. So.
Yeah, I get the whole food reviews and like all the shows and like all that kind of stuff, but I'm just the type of person where if I'm hungry, it smells good and tastes good, I'm just going to eat it. I'm not going to score it. I'm just going to eat it, So
just down for it. Just give me the food.
Yeah, that's how I am. So
we have a pizza joint here in Colorado. It's called Bojo's Pizza. I'll give them a quick shout out. But when you go there, they serve, it's almost deep dish. And so we'll eat it here, right? But for the crust, they serve you honey. And you pour honey on your plate, and that's what you dip your crust in. So the crust never tastes really good, right? Unless you get the butter crust or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So they take their crust, and you can get honey on your table, and you pour over everything. And it's almost like you get pizza and a dessert at the same time.
Oh man, that sounds good.
So
yeah, we have a place near us. It's called Hey Shy. It's called Joey-O's. And it's a thin pizza, but the crust. And so the dough and the sauce are sweet. So the pizza, it's like if you get pepperoni or sausage, you get that spice and the sweet. So it's like a dinner and a dessert all in one. And I mean, I could take that stuff to the house, man. I mean, gosh, man, it's good stuff. Right? I mean, it's hard to stay away from that stuff. So
obviously, I'm a little hungry apparently right now. It's about dinner time, so yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't eat dinner, and I'm about ready to go to the pizza shop here because I'm starving now.
Same. I told the wife, I was like, whatever you want to do for dinner, I'm down for. And she's like, and she'd probably see this and be like, pizza? Like,
pizza, yeah.
Let's do it.
I was gonna say, if we were closer, we go grab a pizza after this. All right. So I know you mentioned a couple places, but for anybody coming out to the Colorado area, out your way, what would be some of the other things, like real big things that you recommend to do or places to see?
It's fun because Colorado is it's fun because I love living in Colorado because there's a stigma about Colorado that it's always cold here. And maybe I'm leaving secrets out, but y'all can keep believing that all day long. It's not actually. It's really gorgeous all the time. Like if it snows and then it melts, and it snows and then it melts, which is fantastic. So it might be 32 degrees one day, and the next day it's 54, but it's sunny and gorgeous outside. So get outside and do some things. So, we have some of the best skiing in the world here.
Sure.
So I always tell people, if you're going to come here, anytime between kind of October through like March time, if you want to go skiing, go skiing.
Okay.
Don't go to the big places. I mean, you can go to the big places like Aspen and Vail and all those places. Go to the smaller towns, like go to A Basin or go to Winter Park. Winter Park's one of my favorite places to go visit because it's just a small, again, little mountain town. So fun to go to. I wish Estes Park had some snow skiing, but they really don't. So, but still a great place to go visit. So.
They have pizza though.
Yeah, they have pizza. And then, I mean, it's fun because we have in Denver here in the Colorado area, we have all major sports here, which is awesome. So we have, the Nuggets, the Avalanche, the Rockies. Sadly, it's okay. Well, maybe someday they'll turn it around, but maybe not this year, obviously. And then, of course, we have the Broncos. And then, of course, we have the smaller teams. We have like the MLS teams. We have the Rapids, and we have the Outlaws, and we have the Mammoths, which are lacrosse teams. So we even have rugby teams here. So it's so we have all kinds of sports things to go see and do. So, I mean, it's really whatever you're like, pick your poison, I guess. Pick whatever you want to do. Go do it. Enjoy it. We have lots of golf here too, which is great. So
I can imagine the backdrops. Golf.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, there's some really pretty courses up in the mountain areas.
Oh, I bet.
Wow. So, and even closer here, so like my house, like Boulder area, has really great courses. There's a great course that I usually play that's right off of Highway 36 going into Boulder, and there's one tee, the 15th, which it's elevated, so you hit off the tee and you drive down, but like you see the Flatirons right behind, like right next to it. It's just gorgeous. So enjoy it.
Okay.
So, and then we have all food here. Name it, you're going to find it. So
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I think of Colorado, I think of snow and Hallmark Christmas movies. That's
and keep thinking that. Keep thinking that, people. Don't you can visit here. That's fine, but
what Roger was just saying, it was all green screen. That's all green screen stuff.
It's all green screen.
It's snow and Hallmark Christmas movies. That's all.
Exactly. All year round. We wear snow boots and ski pants around. So.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Except for the people that were just at Brick Slopes, they might tell you something else. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. So you did say you have one brother.
I do.
Now, younger brother, older brother?
He's 2 years younger. 2 years younger. So,
all right.
Younger brother.
So growing up, what was the dynamic like between you guys growing up compared to how you guys are now?
I mean, we're brothers. So like back in the day, it was, nonsense all day long and throwing things at each other and, acting like brothers and like that sibling rivalry. But yeah, and it was fun because, my brother was, he was was he a freshman? He was a freshman the year I was a senior. And we both played ball in Texas. So my mom has this great picture of me and him on the varsity football field where, I'm a senior and he's like this freshman, and I'm just like, if I ever got a chance to go up against you, I would cream you. And he knows it. And he says the same thing about me. He's like, if I ever went up against you, I would like totally knock you out. And I'm like, so that's the kind of brotherhood we have. And then of course you get older and you get wiser and you kind of wise up a little bit. And today it's just, it's all love and respect for each other. And I tell my brother all the time, it's very rare that you find someone that you look up to, and even your little brother. And what he's done, what he's overcome in his life and accomplished in his life. Every day I'm proud of him. So
good. Yeah. That's it's nice to have. Definitely nice to have. I don't have any siblings. And so like my dad always acted like my brother. So like my mom would punish both of us, like we would act as brothers and then get punished by my mom. So obviously that's just a different dynamic. So I can't imagine having that, that sibling that, how, especially, how it changes as you get older as well. So definitely nice feeling to have. So.
Always.
All right. So we're going to pretend like Lego doesn't exist for the moment here. Okay. So as a kid,
Mhm.
what were some of your biggest interests, hobbies, and again, just
Ooh.
disregard Lego for the moment.
Take out Lego,
Yep.
water balloon fights, riding your
Nice. Okay.
bicycle around the Air Force Base or the
Okay.
bases, enjoying the planes. I loved air shows when I was a kid, so
Sure.
I always tell people if you never get a chance to go see an air show, go see one. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're good.
just find if you like, they're all over the country, so go find
Yeah.
them. If you want to see the Blue Angels, go watch the Blue Angels. I'm partial to the Thunderbirds, but that's because I'm an Air
Okay.
Force guy. So I mean, don't no
Fair.
disrespect. I love my Navy guys and the Navy pilots for the Blue Angels. I think are fantastic. I just Thunderbirds for me are
It's
just I don't
fair.
know. So,
That's fair.
but always get a chance to go see. So, water balloon fights, air shows. Played a lot of sports when I was growing up, so we played a lot
Okay.
of soccer and baseball, and just being a kid and just having an imagination was just fun. So, we did those things and riding your bike and skateboarding and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course you get to the age where you start to get a little more competitive with sports and you start playing sports in Texas.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yep. Oh man, that's rough. I mean, Texas. I mean, that they're known for their sports, so
we're known
that's
for
that's a different
like
world.
one specific sport, which is
Well,
fantastic, and I'll
football.
take that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and it's fun to always be like when I moved to Colorado, my one of my wife's friends was like, "So what was it like playing football in Texas?" And I'm like, and then of course they always think of like movies and things like that, and they're like, "What about like Friday Night Lights?" And I'm like, first off, I hate that movie. Again, Odessa Permian can like I'm just kidding. Odessa Permian was a rival of our school, so we are always
Okay.
like it's a big thing for us. And we won a championship against them, so I'll take that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, but I always tell people Varsity Blues is probably like the closest to like Texas football because
Interesting. Okay.
you have that like the towns shut down and you walk into the convenience store and you're like, I'm gonna get a soda or a Gatorade, and they're like, here's a beer, and you're like,
Yeah.
not really, like, sorry, like, thanks, old man, but I want my Gatorade, and
Yeah.
so yeah. So
Oh,
I
that's
always
good.
say Varsity Blues is the better one. So
That's fair. Yeah. We had so I mean Western Pennsylvania is not
close.
known for football, high school football as much as Texas, but I mean we have a couple
Yeah,
powerhouses out this way.
yeah,
Um
yeah. You guys
and
do.
there was a year where we had, and I can't remember the name of the show, but it was one of those shows on, I don't know, it was like MTV or whatnot. And
Mhm,
they rolled
mhm.
in and they did a series on it. And I'm not kidding you, that town transformed into something. I was just like, what happened here? I mean, this is not, I mean, it's just like,
It's always fun. It's always fun, and it's a bit. I had a moment where I was taking my wife back home. We were visiting Texas, and we were driving in on a Friday night, and I was like, just wait for it because I, coming around 1604 down San Antonio, and I was like, we're gonna come over this hill and we're gonna see my stadium, and they should be playing tonight. And we come over the hill, and she's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "That's my high school stadium." And she's like, "Oh my god, that's like a college stadium.
yeah,
That's like the
yeah,
college. That's like CSU over here in
yeah,
Colorado, where she went to school at." And she's like, "That's as big as my like a high college stadium." I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,
it's stupid. It's
everything's
dumb."
bigger in Texas, right? So,
It is. It is, but it's fun.
uh,
So
yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. So, so you have the two boys,
I do. I have two boys.
12 and 2, right?
12 and almost 2. Yeah, one that
Almost.
just
Okay.
turned 12, and then the other one will do 2 in a few weeks, actually. So
Okay. All right.
yeah,
So 12-year-old, obviously big in swimming. So that's
huge.
the current thing,
Yep.
doing amazing at it. So again, kudos to him.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell him I said, keep up the good work.
I will
Um,
definitely do that.
now the Lego for him, what is that a thing? Was that a thing? Will it be a thing? What's the story with that?
I mean, when we first moved in this house, I converted. I told the family, I was like, "This is going to be my Lego room," and there's a sign outside the door that says "Colin and Daddy." And
Yep.
Colin's my oldest.
I remember that.
Colin and Daddy's Lego room. Um, he has a few sets in here, but he
Okay.
doesn't come in here very often. He used to come
Okay.
here a lot. So he'll build every once in a while. He'll just get like a passion to be like, or just not the passion, but just like I want to build something.
Sure.
So I think the last one he built was there was a gift with purchase, which was the Bright Bomber
Oh yeah. Okay.
video,
The
the
brickhead.
from Fortnite Brickhead,
Yep.
and he built that, and I was
Okay.
like, okay, cool. And then he was like, I want to build something else, and there was I think it was a Creator motorcycle, it was a teal one, and he
Yeah. Okay.
so I went up to his room the other day, and it's still sitting in the box, and I'm like, if you're not going to build it, take it downstairs. Like, please, like, don't leave Lego around, please.
Yeah.
Especially unopened Lego.
Yep.
So, I've tried to get him to, and like I'll show him a new set, like the Fortnite sets, because he obviously plays video games when
Sure.
he's not in school and he's not doing swimming, he plays video games.
Okay.
So I've tried to show him some of those things, and so
did you try the because you mentioned he was interested in the F1 movie. Did you try the F1 route?
I haven't yet, but he knows
Okay.
he knows I have them in my backlog, because every
Okay.
A-full has a backlog. For those that don't know, it's true. But so he knows I have them.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get him to do the Max Verstappen. Maybe I'll get him to do the Red Bull one, because he loves Max, obviously. So
Yeah.
maybe until next year, maybe, because Max may leave. Who knows? I mean,
Well,
if the rumors are true, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I when you told me about the F1 stuff, and when we had talked yesterday about how he
Mhm.
was, kind of shifted out of it, I said, I wonder if they tried that, because
Yeah.
anything you can do to grasp onto any little bit of hope to keep the
Absolutely.
kids into it.
I mean, I
gotta do.
try, but I try to show them something cool, or I showed him the Mecha Team Leader Lego set that Fortnite's got, that the
Oh,
Lego's
yeah.
got coming out with
Yep.
Fortnite, and he was like, "That's really cool," and I'm like, "Do you want it?" And he's like, "No."
No.
All right. He's like, "You can build it, Dad," and I'll look
Well,
at it. Jeez.
I just saw the box for that. Doesn't that have like some special exclusive thing for in the Fortnite game, or isn't there, like, I don't know,
Probably.
skins or something like that? So
There's so many skins in the game.
yeah.
That game is. I heard somebody recently, because that's one of the things that we do for fun, is we play video games together. Me and my son,
Nice.
so we do play
Okay.
Fortnite together. Fortnite is kind of like the multiverse of things.
Yep.
I mean, like the current map right now has remnants of a Star Wars stuff, and then
Okay.
there's Superman in there. So you'll see Superman playing, and then you'll have a stormtrooper out there, and then all of a sudden you'll have Predator, and you're like,
Oh.
and an alien, and you're just like, and then you got the Terminator running around, and you're just like, man, this is like every franchise is like in. So
every kid's dream.
So it reminds me of kind of like one of my favorite movies is Ready Player One, where
Oh,
they have
yeah.
all the different
Yep.
like avatars and things like that. So it reminds me of that when you're in the lobbies and you're just like, man, I've never seen that. I've never seen. I mean, you got Peter Griffin and Hank Hill running around, eliminating people, and you're just like, what is this game?
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay,
It's fun.
I'll have to look into that a little bit more. My my buddy has his son plays it a lot, and I've watched him a few times, but I never really got into it. So I'll have to look into that more. But all right. So the littlest one then, almost 2. So we're Duploing, I'm assuming, or getting into that.
He's found recently. We still have Colin's old Duplo sets that he had. So he has seen them. He likes to play with them, but he likes to play with the farm animals more than anything else. He likes the zoo one. But of course he'll come to my office and he'll find the F1, the mini ones, and he'll be like, car, and I'm like, all right, go for it.
Sure.
And he'll just be in the hallway just racing cars up and down the road. So I'm like, maybe he'll be my. I mean, he probably won't be. He'll be my firecracker of all people, and probably like, he's gonna be the soccer player. And if I have any kind of inkling about what he's gonna do in sports wise, he'll be a soccer player, and he'll probably get red carded every single game because he'll tackle some kid to the ground. So,
well, hey, good outlook already. So that's.
Right.
Not even 2 yet. Dad's already got him pegged for the red card.
I already got him for the red card.
Well, hey, at least you know what to expect, right?
Right. I won't be surprised.
All right. So now that we've gotten to chat with you a little bit here on a non-Lego side, let's step into the Lego world here.
All right.
So the most important question I always ask every time.
Okay.
And I know I hinted at it a little bit. Did you have Lego when you were a kid?
I did, actually. So I had quite a few Lego sets when I was a kid. Obviously, my parents divorced when I was younger, so it was like a single family parent and not a lot of money and things like that. So obviously food and clothing and things like that were more important than Lego. But I still have, some boxes from when I was a kid that still have like the AFI sticker on them, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
man, Lego was like way cheaper back in the day, man. Seriously, like why can't we go back to those prices?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wink, wink, hint, hint, Lego.
Yeah.
But but no, so I have a lot of stuff from when like pre-90s.
Okay.
If I could still find it, I have it in my room. And it was fun because when my brother was here, he came in my like room and he was like, oh, I remember that set.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
like, wait, that was mine. And I was like, absolutely. I was like, if you want it, take it with you. And he's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. He's like, it's yours. And I was like, cool beans. So
See, good brother.
yeah, but when we were kids, we didn't really do a lot of castle. We did a lot of pirate back in the day.
Okay.
So I know everybody always loves the Black Seas Barracuda.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it was the Imperial Flagship was one that I had as a kid, and then my brother had the Renegade Runner, which was a
Oh, yeah.
smaller little ship.
Yep.
So we used to play pirates that way back in the day.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now, any chance you have any of those?
I still
Sets
do have
laying
some of
around
those
somewhere?
sets. I have quite a few of those sets.
Okay.
So I have one on my desk, and then a couple are obviously all scattered around the Lego room, which is kind of a disaster, as most people's Legos rooms are.
As it
If you
should
have
be.
it clean, if you have it clean, kudos to you, but not for me. But I have one set right behind me, which is probably one of my favorites. It's the Forestman's Crossing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
I love that set, and
Yep.
it's fully complete, all
Nice.
original pieces.
Okay.
Which surprisingly I still have, which is weird
Yeah.
because
That's
as a kid we don't ever think about like maybe
Yeah.
someday I'll want to put that out.
No.
So,
Oh, gosh.
so that's always fun. And then of course on the other side of it there, maybe I could pan my camera around for it. I have some older pirate sets that I have
Oh, nice.
that I've
Okay.
shown beforehand. I'll see if I can give a quick
Yeah.
camera view. Hopefully I don't mess this up too much, but sorry, I apologize. But over there, kind of in that general area.
Okay. Yep.
Over that way, you have some older pirate sets there.
Nice. Okay.
So that's fun. And then the one on my desk is probably my favorite one.
Okay.
This one is. Don't quote me on the number of the set because I can never remember what it is. But I used to want to be an astronaut when I was a kid. So
Okay.
I loved this
Oh, wow. Look at
space
that.
shuttle set when I was a kid.
Oh, that's really cool.
From 1990.
Wow. And now, are those white pieces actually still white?
They're still white. Yeah, they're
Wow.
still white.
Holy
So
cow,
yeah,
they haven't faded yellow.
no, still I haven't faded yellow. So let's see if I can get this white. Sorry, I used
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the
Wow.
camera right there. So
that's
yeah,
like
he's still white. The
that is
stickers.
pristine.
I gotta commend myself. The stickers are still, because these are stickers still.
Yeah.
They're still in place. So
Wow.
I mean, I'll give myself a little
Jeez.
bit of credit that I took care of at least a couple of things when I was a kid. Shout out to my mom for also helping take care of stuff like that. But
yeah, I was gonna say. So did the stuff like as you were growing up, your mom she kept all that stuff in storage?
She did, yeah. She kept stuff. Well, we always packed up when we had to move different. When we always PCS to a different base or moving between parents and stuff like that. So she always packed it up and kept it kind of safe. So I don't know if she knew that someday I would get back into Lego as much as I do. But I'm glad she kept the few sets that I have from my childhood. So again, I have that one, which is a big one. The older pirate sets. And then of course up at the very top, which I've shown us before, I have some of the old classic Ninja sets. So not Ninjago. Okay. I'm talking like they're considered to be castle sets technically, but just they're Ninja, and they're some of my favorite sets. I mean,
interesting. Now, like when you look at some of those sets, do any of them kind of like, can you ever vision yourself like a specific moment where either you and your brother were playing with those sets, like in an area? Like, is that something that, you've ever looked at a set and like for a second you like go back in time and you're in that place?
Oh yeah. I mean, all the time. I mean, like, the Forestman Crossing one, right? Next to the Forestman Crossing, there's a couple other ones. There's a old Wolf Pack set, which is like a little carriage one. You might be able to see it under my name right there. But and that one was my brother's, and I just remember playing, Castle with my brother, like back then. The pirate ones. I mean, I wish I still had the ships. I mean, those are the ones that got unfortunately lost in the moves and all the good stuff. But yeah. So, I always remember going back and remembering building things. One of my favorite movies of all time. I'm a huge movie buff. as well. But one of my favorite movies is Hunt for Red October. And I remember
Oh
as a
yeah.
kid, I built a submarine,
Okay.
black and red. And obviously back then I didn't know techniques and things like that. Just you built for fun. So I built it upside down because I didn't want the
Okay.
studs on top. I wanted it to be
Yeah.
nice and
Yeah.
smooth. So I built
Yeah.
it upside down. So, I mean, it was nice and smooth to some degree. It had little bumpies in it, but it didn't have like the studs on top.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
and I just remember building that and playing with that. And I think that was it. I can't remember where we built that at, but yeah, it was fun. So
Well,
good
you know
times.
what? That's I was actually gonna say, because of all the moving around that you guys did, like that's impressive that you were able to keep some of those sets, because like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's people that just make one move and they get tossed out to the garage sale or something else like that. So, I mean, to
Ugh,
have, a handful of sets to keep, I mean,
yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah.
Um, I had
That's
I
fun.
had a Viking ship, and I can never
Oh,
remember what it was. But it had the red and black sails. I can't remember
mm.
the name of it, but
Was it part of this Viking sets here? Maybe.
I don't. It was striped. It was red and black striped sails, and it had one of those dragon heads on it.
Oh, it's the mid. I think I know what you're saying. It's one I'm missing. It's on
Okay.
my. I have we all have white whale sets as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah.
that is one of my white whales. So
Well, if it's the
I
same
will
one, I
get
don't
it.
even. Okay. What do you know off the top of your head? Like, what's something like that go for nowadays?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was a Viking. I'm trying to look it up because I remember what it was. It was a Viking. I know
I don't
the
know why I haven't
theme.
done this, because I've talked about this with other people, and I can never remember the name of it, but I remember those sails. The sails always stuck out to me.
Yeah,
Um, I'm assuming
no, it
it
wasn't that
went
one.
in a garage sale,
Oh,
like with all my Power Ranger. Like I had all the Power Rangers toys with the boxes, with the styrofoam, with the
mhm.
manuals, and I probably sold them for pennies on the dollar just to get a
So
quick buck.
was it this Lego set by any chance? You could see
No,
it.
no.
No, not that one.
No, I'll have to research, and if
I
I
have to
find it,
research
I'll
it.
send it to you. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's slipping my mind for what it was. But
No,
yeah,
so
I'll
this
see if
one's
I can find it.
mine. It's print from 2005. So it was
Okay.
like coming out of my dark ages. And currently it's well over $400. But
Oof.
I guess if
Is
we're
that
all going to buy $1,000 Death Star in a few months, that might be something that we can do.
I
Maybe I'll convince the wife and be like, "Can I get this one and that one, and not do that one?"
I plead the fifth.
Right?
So growing up then, so
Mhm,
you had those sets. Do you
mhm.
remember, did you have bulk Lego too, or was it always seeming to be just like along the lines of set building?
I mean, we had a lot of bulk Lego as well because I mean,
Okay.
obviously, about the Red October thing.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we did some bulk Lego as well. Obviously, not like I have bulk Lego today.
Yeah.
But like I remember back then, and back then it wasn't about sorting; it was about just putting it in a giant tub and building and having fun. So I have a friend like that who still builds like that to this day.
Oh, that's
We
cool.
both will build like we'll message each other and do some FaceTiming, and we'll both be on the ground and building, and then hours will fly by, and then we both try to get up, and we're both vets, and we're both military vets, and we try to get off the ground, and we're like, okay, give us a second, and I
Yeah,
feel like I need
sure.
to walk. I feel like I need a walker at that point in my life to get up out of the off the floor. So,
Yeah. Yep.
but yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah. We can't build the same way we used to when we were kids,
no,
that's for sure.
I
I
try to, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
work.
know. I know. Yeah, I also feel like, and maybe it's just because we didn't care about mixing the colors together, but I feel like we were able to make more creative things
Mhm.
quicker,
Yeah,
and maybe it was because of that. Like, we didn't care how it looked color-wise,
absolutely not.
as
Yeah,
long as it looked like what we were trying to build, that's all that
yeah.
mattered. And now we're all like pretty much realism. Like it has to be like to the color for every part.
Try to
Um,
keep as close as possible these days.
yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah. And
sure.
I kind of miss that, creativity. And I think a
Right.
lot of kids are missing that nowadays. Like
Yeah.
they feel that pressure to build as a replica and not as of imagination. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it has to be, well, if you have a masonry foundation, you have to have a masonry foundation. You can't just build some bricks and, put the
Right.
house together.
You
So,
can't. I mean, if you have the gray and the red, and you're building a castle, then obviously it was red for some reason, and maybe
Yeah.
it was a blood stain, or it was
Yeah.
someone painted it, so they graffitied on it, and it was just that's how it looked. It was just a red brick. So
Oh, we all know it was
uh,
blood if it was Castle. So,
yeah, it was totally blood. It was Castle. So
so now did you have the Dark Age period?
I did, yeah. So
Okay.
when we moved to Texas, so when I got to Texas, my mom had said, um, "I want my boys to graduate, to go to high school in one place." Like, because
Yeah.
growing up, it
Okay.
was like I couldn't even count how many elementary schools I went to.
Oh,
I know
okay.
I know for a fact I went to 3 different junior highs.
Okay.
So like high school, my mom was like, "We're going to like stay put,"
Oh,
and
yeah. Sure.
which is a big deal from military families. So it was kind of like, okay, we'll see if we can figure this out. So it was nice that me and my brother got to graduate from high school together.
That's good. Yep.
And I always make a joke that that's the only level of education I ever went to one school, because even college, it was University of Texas, it was CU Boulder, it was, I can include the Community College of the Air Force in there as well, because they had some stuff from there. But it's just like, man, just Texas was it. So,
Yeah.
but when we moved there, I found, I want to say not religion because it's football,
Okay.
but
Yeah. Sure.
obviously football became
Yeah.
that. And then, of
Yeah.
course, my military service shortly after that um, came after that. So it was like really just that was my dark ages. So
Okay.
like teenage years through, my early 20s. And then, 2025, getting, coming up here to Colorado and kind of getting, like I dabbled in it a little bit, but that's when it really took off again. Like,
Okay.
yeah, my wife has a
Yeah.
great picture of me at Target with every single Monster Fighter set, which is above
Okay.
me,
Yeah.
in the cart, and my face of like, what? That's how did that get in there? And she's like, really? Like, you can't
Yeah.
spend that much money on Lego? And I'm like, okay. And then today she's like, did you really spend that much money on Lego? And I'm like, I did. So it happens. It happens.
So what was your first set back when you returned from the Dark Ages?
Wow. Well, I have some Bionicle sets that I kind of always
Oh, okay.
classify as being coming out of my dark ages,
Okay. Yeah.
because I think those are the ones I really dabbled with a little bit. So the original Bionicle, the original
Sure.
6. But then after that, like, I really don't know. Like, if I look around my Lego room, like, what was something that I really got into? It might be the Indiana Jones, like the original Indiana Jones ones, not the
Okay.
remix, not
Yeah.
the re-release
Yep.
that happened like 2 years ago now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
The original ones. I think that might have been it, maybe,
Okay.
but I mean, I have no clue. I mean, I know that it might have been a castle one, because there's a picture my wife has of me sitting at the dinner table, because obviously I have a Lego room then, building. I want to say it was the Knight's Joust set,
Okay. Sure.
from a few years ago from one of the kingdoms. I think that was the one I built.
Okay.
And she took a candid picture of me, and I'm cheesing ear to ear, smiling, because I'm like, oh, it's Lego again. I feel like
Yeah.
a kid. So, and then of course I remember building Wally, and I think that was the first time I didn't even know what knolling was at the time. Again,
Okay.
that's a full terms
Yep.
for laying out your bricks and
Yep.
organizing them. And I, for some weird reason, did that with Wally, and okay, cool. So I don't do it very often.
Yeah. No,
I try not to. It's too
no.
much.
No. Oh gosh. Well, yeah. I mean, you think about like in concept, it's a good idea,
Oh
but
yeah,
for how much time it takes to build, or how much time it could take to build a set, if you add that time in
oh
too,
yeah.
I mean, it's just now
It's
the only ones that really get me, the older modulars where you have to dump out, the bags are massive. Those are rough. And then my
mhm.
son does a lot of the Creator 3-in-1s where it's just
Okay.
like dump out every bag and you have to find the pieces.
That takes me back to being a child.
Yes.
That's why I don't do Creator 3-in-1s very often, because it's like, oh my gosh. And I get anxiety with it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
like find the
Yeah.
piece. And that's when you have to kind of sort them a little bit and kind of find how to go about it. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
usually try to
and
stick with sets these days that bring something that bring a memory or something that I love. So
okay. Yeah.
Transformers is a
Yep.
big one. So I'll be getting Soundwave here in a few
Soundwave. Oh,
weeks.
That's
So,
that. I was excited for that announcement. I don't have like I do like Transformers, but I don't have the other two. But that Soundwave that looks really good.
yeah,
Now opinion. This is a purely opinion question here. Do you
okay.
think Megatron will ever be made into a set?
I want to say yes. I really, really, really do.
Yeah,
But Lego has a stance on no military, and I completely understand why. I've had conversations with some of the folks at Lego, and why, and I get it. I mean,
sure.
even other AFOLs, and we all understand it. Um, but there's like, if you're gonna do Transformers and you want to have that kind of line, like you have Optimus, you have Bumblebee, like cool. You have the like number one and number two
Yeah.
for the Autobots.
Yep.
The number one, number two for the Decepticons. You have to go with Megatron
Yep.
and Starscream.
Yep.
And it's hard to think about those two being in there because Starscream is a jet, like he turns
Yeah.
into a jet,
Yep.
and then Megatron turns into a tank or a gun, however,
Yep.
whichever one you want to do. So, I mean, or maybe they change it up, and they can do it if they change it, and they maybe do like some Beast Wars style with it, and
True.
do
Yeah.
a different kind of variation of it. But um, I would love to see him do it. I just don't know
I
if
would
it'll
too.
ever happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
If
Though.
they
I mean,
do, I'll be
like,
like, yes, I'm like day one, gonna go get
yeah.
it. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't see. I'm torn on that. Like, I keep going back and forth. Like, you do have weapons that are
mhm,
presented in multiple themes. Star
true.
Wars, a blaster is a gun. It just you can't. It's a gun. You can't get
It's like,
around that. It is a gun.
yeah.
The Peely Bone. I just
Oh yeah,
finished with my son. That's a massive gun.
yeah.
So, I don't
What kind of
think
gun
you.
is that Peely Bone? I can't remember what he has because
I again, I'm not. My son bought it and then he didn't want to finish it, so I finished
yeah,
it. I'm just like, that's a gun. I mean, that's what it
yeah,
looks like to me. So,
right, exactly.
um, you can't like. I don't think, and again, it's like they can do whatever they want. Like,
Oh
and
yeah,
I fully support that. That's fine.
mhm,
But I feel like you can't say something and then dabble it in some areas,
yeah.
but then not present it for such a popular character because that's going to be a well purchased set. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
so
I mean, even Megatron has, or even Optimus Prime has his gun. I
yeah.
mean, he has a gun.
Oh,
I mean,
true. Yeah.
I can look around my Lego room and I can see like old Pharaoh's Quest, and they have, rifles, and they have,
Yeah.
six shooters, and you have the blasters from Star Wars, and you have, and they have done military planes before because as I look up here, I can see the old Indiana Jones sets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right.
They have the, and don't get me wrong on the technical term for the planes, but the Nazi one that flew,
Oh, I know
and
what
the
you're talking
one
about. Yeah.
that dropped out of the air that after
Yeah.
the blimp.
Yep.
So like you've done
Yeah.
somewhat military stuff before, and I get not doing like tanks and planes and things like that, but this is
Yeah.
a theme that if you're gonna jump into it again, Soundwave is a great start,
Yeah.
but Megatron and Starscream are like
Yeah. Vital.
that is, besides Optimus and Bumblebee, it's like that's it. Like,
Yeah.
and I know that they're like teasing, I think it's Ratchet is the next one that's maybe coming out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't play with Ratchet that often. I play with Optimus and
Yeah.
Megatron. So that was it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not asking you to do GI Joe, and
yeah.
I don't need GI Joe. I mean, I'm good
Yeah.
with just those two.
Yeah. I know. I mean, like
Yeah,
if you still think about it, like that's still not military though. Like if they're going to stay with the stance of not military, can you really? I mean, technically, you don't have to say it's a military
yeah.
style. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's just the I don't know.
I'm not gonna display Starscream as a jet anyway. I'm
Well,
gonna
yes.
display him
Yeah,
as like
exactly. Yeah.
he's transformed, and like
Yeah.
because I think I have the same with display for Optimus and Bumblebee. They're not displayed as
Yeah.
the car, and even
Yeah.
the car. I mean, the old Volkswagen Beetle. I mean, I like that, but I mean, I like the Camaro better.
I know, I agree. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? That's a valid point though. Could you make Megatron just in his form, like kind of like the mech from
Yeah.
the Fortnite mech? Like you can make it
See,
similar similar
That's how
style. And
maybe that's how they get away with it. They don't have to
yeah,
transform it. I mean,
yeah,
that's
I don't know.
fine. I'm okay
There
with
you
it.
go, Lego. If you're rewatching, you got some options there. So,
Right. Cobra,
um,
la 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 la. Man,
yes,
man, that takes me back to GI Joe. I love GI Joe as a kid. GI
that
Joe
was good stuff.
Transformers
Yeah.
were like it as a kid.
Yep.
So like,
Yep.
yes.
Yep. I know. I know. All right. So, so you mentioned you are more so a set builder.
Yeah.
Now, what would be some of your favorite and least favorite actual Lego themes?
Ooh, so favorite would probably be architecture. I absolutely
Okay.
love the architectural line. I think it's a fantastic. I mean, there's just something about building a building that is historical or has some kind of um, I don't know, just love it.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
and I have them displayed. Like you can kind of see them in the corner here with
Yeah.
Notre Dame, and of course the Pyramid of Giza, and then all of them, and of course I have little like small ones on the side. Um, I think that's my favorite one. Plus, I love, and I don't know if a lot of people do this, but inside the instruction booklets, I still build with the instruction booklet, not with the app.
Same.
I love reading the little stories they have about the different how something was built or
Sure. Yep.
the history of a building. I mean, I love that part of it. So for me, that's number one. Um, I like a lot. As far as like what I don't like,
That's probably the
like
easier one, right?
I mean, I could probably go with like the everybody's like least favorite answer, which is Technic. I mean,
Yeah.
but some Technic stuff I really like.
Yeah.
It just really depends. So I don't know. I don't get a lot into like man, I don't get a lot into Ninjago. I
Yeah.
know. Sorry. I like Ninjago. I think it's cool. I think the only Ninjago I have is I want to say a battle pack that I have
Okay.
somewhere.
Sure.
And then, of course, I have the 4 little small buildings that were the micro buildings
Oh yeah. Okay.
that I had to spend points for. And then, of
Yeah.
course, when they came out with it and said, oh, well, you could buy all 4 for these points. And I
Yeah.
was like, really? Can I get a refund of my points then? Because that's messed up.
No.
But like, but I think that's like, I mean, and it's not that I dislike Ninjago. It's just, I'm a completionist with Lego. So if I start a theme, I want to complete the theme.
Oh,
And
gosh.
Ninjago is one that, like, I already have one theme like that, and it's Star Wars. And I have
Oh,
to be
boy.
very careful with Star Wars, which is I only collect sets from episodes 4, 5, and 6. So the ones I grew
Oh,
up with
interesting.
as
Okay.
as an older person. So
Yeah.
so that's for me is like I grew up with those. So I don't
Okay.
have. I mean, my son has some of the other ones, but
Okay.
that's his. I
Yeah.
don't collect those. Like I don't
Okay.
buy those. And I've
Okay.
never wanted to buy those. It wasn't until my 30th birthday that I got 2 small battle packs, and I was like, well, now this is over. I don't have to get
Yeah.
Star Wars stuff. And as a kid, I had a Star Wars room too. Like my
Oh,
room was decorated in
nice.
Star Wars. So
Yeah.
so yeah,
That's
that's what it is.
isn't being a completionist, it's such a fulfilling thing, but it's
Mhm.
so horrible all in the same scheme of things.
It's fun, but then when you miss something and then you have to go
Yeah.
back and find it years
Yeah.
later, like i.e. the last 2 Viking sets that I didn't get
Yeah.
here because they were the most expensive ones back
Of
then,
course.
which were uh, the ship versus the Midgard, and then of course it's the fortress. And I'm like,
Okay.
man, why didn't I just bite the bullet and
Just
get those? Like I should have just done it, and now I'm like gonna pay out the rear end for
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
it's okay. And then Shy, I know he's in the chat here. He's got one of my ultimate white whales, which he just recently got, which is the employee gift with purchase X-wing candy,
Oh,
the candy cane one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's coming this year. I'm getting it.
Okay. Yeah.
The wife, if you're watching or don't watch, it's coming. So just
Oh,
brace it.
I was talking to Shy, and I thought he said he was planning on gifting that to you. That's I could have sworn he said that.
We
So
might have had that. I mean, it's we do have that military bond with each other. So
that's very true. So yeah, I'm just little birdie told me that's I thought I heard him saying that. So now I know you mentioned you have a backlog.
Yes.
But yes. So, so the backlog that you have,
Uh-huh.
do you find yourself when you buy new sets? So like if a new set comes out, do you find yourself building that new set first, or are you grabbing one from the backlog pile and building that first?
It really depends, honestly.
Okay.
I won't lie to you. So there's some that I'm just like, oh, I really want to build this, and I'll build it first before I build a
Okay.
backlog. So like, I had we all had a backlog, and I've had the Coliseum in the backlog first ever, which is going to take me forever to build.
Yeah.
And I've always had like a dream of like maybe doing a 24-hour stream and
Okay.
building it one night, and that who knows, maybe I'll do that one day, but I doubt it. But like when Optimus Prime, when he released, I like legit went to the store, got it, came home, and built it right away. Like it's
Okay.
probably one of the first sets I've done that with in a long time.
Okay.
But I always make jokes. I still have all my yellow bags from the Lego store, so
Yeah.
and people know this as I'll go shopping in my backlog for my weekly
Okay.
builds. So I'll go down to the Lego room and I'll pick up some stuff and I'll be like, oh, I want to build this, and I'll take it upstairs to my office and or I'll bring it down here and just build down here. So
Sure.
I try not to have a lot of unbuilt Lego sets. I think there's only one that I currently have that's unbuilt that I haven't finished yet, and that's the Eiffel Tower. And that's just
okay.
I'm just the repetitiveness of everybody talking about it is like
I've heard. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I just need to suck it up and do it.
Yeah. So you just said something about the Coliseum, and I'm just tossing this out there because if I would have known this, I would have mentioned it sooner. You do know I have a 48-hour live stream going on next weekend for a charity. So if you got 24 hours, you have.
I
swimming,
don't.
you?
Yeah, I have state. So.
Darn it. Okay, that's right. Yeah,
I'll be at the academy.
There.
I'll be at the academy. But if I wasn't at the academy, I would totally jump on.
Okay. Well, I'll remember that because if we do something else, I'll remember that because that would be quite the 100%. Attraction.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. So besides the set building that you do, any dabbling into the mock world?
I do dabble in the mock world. I don't dabble as often as I would like to, because I'm such a, I don't want to say a perfectionist with things, but if it doesn't look right, I'm very critical of myself, as are most people anyway. So I try not to dabble too hard. And then again, it's that imagination. When you're older, you don't have kudos to people that have like tons of imagination, right? And I love it, and I support people 100% with it. And then for me, it's like if I build something, I have to have a connection to it to some degree, right? So, the ones that I have dabbled in, it's mosaics, it's some buildings, it's some of the challenges in the community that I've done, helped participated in and helped like lead. Those are fun for me, but again, I get so like and I'm like, I just want to do it. So but then of course, but I actually have a book in my Lego room of like quite a few ideas of like things that I want to build this, and it'll be awesome. Like I don't want to share them because people will build them and I'll be like, oh, I can't build it. So I'll be like mad about it. I'm like, oh, forget it now. What's the point?
Yeah. Mock building is, I've actually been, my buddy, Josh and I, we've been dabbling in that lately. We actually have, a show here in Pittsburgh coming up this weekend with the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's a big, Pittsburgh themed event. And he and I built a mock of one of the tunnels that you drive through to go into the city.
Oh, nice.
It's a big, like 2 foot by 3 feet. I mean, it's massive. Yeah. And so we've really been dabbling into the mock building, and while it's great, it's stressful that the pieces, having the pieces is always what's so frustrating because like we don't put an instruction together. It's like what fits where, and then like what colors do we need, and then going on to the pad wall at the store or on lego.com or bricklink, like you just can never find all the sources you need at one. And then you're going to like 20 different places. You got 20 different shipping costs that you're paying. I just don't know how some of these people do like these massive mocks. And it's just like, it seems so easy to them. It's just like,
I'm always in awe when I go to a show and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like how? And I think again, a couple of pieces, one of my all-time favorite ones, and I wish I would have brought it down here, but you can find it on my Instagram. I post a lot of it, is Man Behind the Lego. So it's a recreation of Son of Man, the famous
Okay.
painting. So it's the bowler hat with the apple in front of it.
Yep.
And instead of the apple, I took the apple and replaced it with a 1x1 right
Nice.
plate,
Yep. Okay.
or it could be a 1x1 brick if you want to. I mean, it doesn't matter, but
Sure.
it's a stud for me, right? So it's a 1x1 plate.
Okay.
Over his face, and it was more of a calling to say when you go to a show, like ask someone why they built something.
Yeah.
Like don't just go there and be like, ooh,
Yeah.
like ooh, this is really
Yeah.
cool. Like, like go there and enjoy what they built and take
Yeah.
it in, but then ask all the questions, like all the questions you want to know. Like, the standard questions of how long did it take you? How many pieces are there? How much did it cost you? Like
Yeah.
those are like questions that people always ask versus why'd you build it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
What made Shy gravitate towards, and I'm using Shy as an example because he's in chat, but why did Shy build, his amazing Black Falcon castle that he
Yeah.
built with his army?
Yep.
Like what was the
Yep.
inspiration for that?
Yep. I agree.
And that's what I like. For me, that's what I want to know versus that. So that man behind the Lego was a calling for everybody, not just in the Lego community, but also outside the Lego community to say, why? Like
Yeah.
get to know people, like what you're
Yep.
doing here, like your spotlight. This is getting to know people in the Lego community, and I think it's fantastic. So
Yep. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I paid attention to that at Brickworld this year. Like that was one of the things I was paying attention to. And I actually, my Josh and I were talking about doing a mock for next year's Brickworld,
Mhm.
and I jokingly said to him, I said, you know what? We're just going to print out a sign that says number of pieces, how many hours, how much
Yeah.
it costs, this and this, because mainly you heard it from the general public. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's just people look at things from a different way.
Yeah.
But when somebody spends all that time
Mhm.
in the build, you want them to feel special for what they
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Because that took sweat, tears, time, money. Like it's a lot of work. And I don't think just a normal person realizes like how much work goes behind these builds. I mean,
The
it's a
hours
lot.
and hours and hours of just tweaking or redefining, and then again you have the time, the energy, the financial burden of it. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes
Yeah.
into mock building, and that's why, like, again, the mocks that I've done, there's a few that I'm very proud of. That one's obviously Man Behind the Lego is probably my proudest. And it's not a hard build, it's a very easy build, but it wasn't expensive at all. And then go from that to like Beneath the Water, which is a Jason Voorhees Camp Crystal Lake kind of one that that was I wanted to try something different. I wanted to put a mosaic underneath a build, so this way you really have to see it, and then you're like, what is that? Like you see something in the water and then you focus in on it, you're just like, oh my god, that's Jason Voorhees. And then it kind of clicks and like, wait, this is Beneath the Water. And as an older person like myself, and I mean, Jason's been around forever, but like those movies as a kid haunted me. Like I never wanted to go camping as a kid, because like I was always scared Jason with the freaking mask is going to come and kill me. And I'm like, oh my god, even though I'm not a teenager that's doing some inappropriate things, and that's okay. But like I'd always had that fear of him, and that's why like my most recent one I did was for Brick Slopes, Colorado, was a Dreams to Nightmares, which was like almost an homage to Freddy Krueger. Because again, another. Not that I like to do horror movies, because I really don't like horror movies. I really don't actually. They just haunted me as a kid, so it's like, if they haunted me, they're going to haunt someone else too. So
Yep. You just gave me a great idea. I'm sure you've seen these reels and things that people make where with the like as soon as you turn the light switch off, a monster appears, and so you're like running through the house and like trying to flick all the lights on. That would be an awesome mock to have a motorized lighted like mock of that scene of like flicking the lights on and having something chasing or off, having something chasing you, flicking the lights on.
Okay, well, so that's in one of the ones in my little book of things I want to build is a Chucky version.
Oh yeah,
like and just some like just turning the lights on and off where you're like Chucky's like standing, like sitting down, and all of a sudden he's standing up and he's moving towards you, and you're just like, what is this? Like that would just be weird as all get up. So I don't like Chucky.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't bug me as much as like, because he's small and I'm
Yeah.
pretty big. So
Yeah.
you know.
I know my dad, we would always watch, the horror movies together. And my dad he couldn't sit there and keep his mouth shut. He's always just like, well, why don't you just kick him, or why don't you throw him across the room? I'm just like,
Right.
well, yeah, but then you wouldn't have a movie, It's like,
why are they
I
running
get it.
Upstairs? Run away.
know,
Go to the police station.
Go outside, not upstairs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that. All right. So a couple other things here before we wrap up. Just curious about so your social media journey.
Mhm.
What brought you into this Lego realm on social media?
Wow. So it kind of started like after COVID or during COVID, I would say. Like, obviously, I wanted to like change my Instagram and kind of post my Lego room, because I'm always proud of my Lego room. And I've had a few people, come in my Lego room, and like one of my friends, Ezra, he walked in my regular room, like my room, and he was like, "Man, it's like a museum in here." And so I wanted to share it with the world.
Sure.
I had no clue that the amount of AFOLs would be like, wow, like
Oh yeah.
it was a lot. I thought it was just like an anomaly as like an older person who built Lego.
Yeah, sure.
So it was kind of surprising to kind of find people that and that I've got to know over the years and meet. So everybody from like people like Shy and yourself, and so many other people in the world, the community, getting to know them and sharing this Lego journey with them. So that was really the start of it. I went in pretty heavy at the beginning, like posting almost, I felt like every day.
Yep.
And at some point it just started to feel like a job.
Sure.
And I already have one of those.
Yep.
I have a pretty important one as it is.
I get it.
And obviously being a family man. So it was kind of like taking a step back and posting what was really important to me, or just having fun with it, being silly. But I'm always in awe of everybody's content skills and what they post in reels, short term, long term on YouTube. Like, geez Louise. So
yeah, I know it's yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. It can be a lot at times. But I don't know. It's been like a whole new, like I feel like I was in, before I came on, like I was in this little rut, and I was just like, I couldn't find like who my people were. And then I came here, and it's just like, when I left Brick World, and Mav, Mav's here, he can attest to this. Like, there was a serious like depression. Like, I missed everybody. Like, we all bonded, and like the best part is that when you interact with people, and like, you're, I think, episode 51. So I've met 51 of you guys on here, and some I did get to meet at Brick World. The people that you are on this screen are exactly what you are in person. And that's
100%.
the best part of it, is nothing feels forced, and it all feels as how it should be. And that was the most amazing
is really big. Be authentic. Don't be, I mean, if you want to, I'm not being on a soapbox, but like, if you want to post for clicks and likes, then that's fine, do your thing. But for me, I want to be me and goofy and silly, and make fun of me and my wife's relationship, where she's always like, "Man, you just have so much Lego," and I'm like, "Well, it's my love language." And having a reel where it's like, "Are you trying to seduce me?" And she's like, "No." And then she's like, "You made the bed and like cleaned up our whole bedroom, and just to put Lego bags on top of the bed?" I sure the heck did, honey. And she's like, "All right, that's pretty funny, right?"
Fair,
or just different ones that you have, and just be silly and have fun. Just be, be you. Like, have a good time. And those are my favorite creators sometimes, is where they just do something out of the box, or do something not because it's trending or something, just something fun, right? And I've had some good fun with those, with a few of them. So,
well, I don't ever like bringing stuff up. I'm just going to toss it out there. Did you see my Mentos commercial?
I did not. Time to go look at this.
My son wanted to be a part of it. It's hilarious. So go. It was
check
probably, I think it was maybe in June, but I always love the Mentos commercials, because they're just like so corny fun.
So cheesy.
This won't disappoint you, I can promise you.
All right, good. I'll check it. I'll have to go check it out. Definitely was. Everybody else, and if you're watching this back, the replay, go check that out as well. Go give it some love. It's
good stuff. So I appreciate that. All right. So last thing here. have you been to any conventions so far this year, or any plans to attend the rest of the year, or even into next year?
Yeah, so with it, I mean, I try to be very careful with the ones I go to, just because I'm
Mhm.
so busy with family and sports and my what I do for work. So it's
Sure.
always like,
Yep.
when you're an executive, you're got to be like very careful where you
Yeah.
go to.
Yep.
I had planned to go to Chicago this year, and it just kind of fell through.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just had so many things going on. Obviously, I went to Brick Slopes, Colorado here because it was the inaugural year, and obviously it's in my hometown. So
Mhm.
obviously I had to go, which was fun because I got to show people a little bit of Denver while they were
Sure.
here.
Okay.
And then I do have Brick Slopes, Utah, in a few weeks that I'll be going to as well.
Yep. Okay.
Those are really the main ones I had this year. Next year, I'll go back to. I have plans of going back to Chicago.
Good. Okay.
I want to go to Texas. Obviously,
That
being from Texas a little bit, I should
makes
go
sense.
home to Texas.
Represent. Yeah.
I thought about bringing. I built a while back. It was one of my mocks I did. Was my high school logo, the Diamond
Oh,
J
nice.
from Judson High School. And I thought about. I built it and I took it to Bricks Cascade, and I made a joke that I should take it to Austin just to piss people off in Austin because, you know, there's this rivalry in Texas where like certain schools, and like Austin Westlake was
Oh, I
a big
bet.
rivalry of ours. So
Okay.
Austin Westlake, Odessa Permian, and Katy. Like for me, it was like, all right, cool. So yeah, just make them mad and be like, is that Converse Judson? Be like, yes, it is. What are you gonna do about it? And just watch someone just smash on the ground. I think,
Yeah.
and then maybe record it for fun. So.
Yeah. You'd get some clicks for that, I'm sure.
Right.
Well, good.
But
Then,
that's it for shows. I mean, upcoming. I mean, but
okay.
like other ones I want to go to. I mean, I would love to go to Scareback. I want to go to the,
Mhm.
I think I always make jokes. I want to go to the motherland. I want to go,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Denmark and go to the Lego
Yeah.
headquarters. And
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
knows the
good.
future holds?
Well, hopefully get to meet you at
Absolutely.
Chicago next year, because that's on the agenda for next year.
Yeah. Chicago,
Um,
I'll be at for next year for sure. So
okay.
that's
All
the
right. I
plan. So,
know Cody and Ron were trying to put some pressure on for Brick Slopes, Utah. It's just, son starts school.
yeah.
I'm going on vacation the first week of August. I was just like, I don't know, man. Like
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
The way they always have the conventions. I mean, I love them, and then there's always a timing. Like again, for Brickworld Chicago, it's always over Father's Day weekend, and
Yeah,
as a dad, and I always want to spend time with my kiddos,
Yep.
and they're not as much into Lego as much as I am. So it's like I don't get that chance to go. So
I know.
so that's why I haven't
I
went
know.
the last couple of years, because I went one year a couple of years ago, and I had a blast, even
Yeah.
though my fingers still hurt from tiling Elliot. But no, I helped one of our friends with one of his builds, and it was so much fun to do. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, no.
Yeah, over Father's Day weekend is always tough. And then like there was one that was Cascade was over Mother's Day weekend recently.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yep. Well, you
how are we
can't
putting that like,
yeah.
Like I get it, but like it's always tough. You gotta make sacrifices somewhere. So
I know. Well, the way I did it this year was because my mom was on me about that for Father's Day weekend. I said, Mom, yeah, I appreciate my dad every day of the year. I don't need a Father's Day. And my son, he loves me every day of the year. I don't need a special day for that.
Right.
So,
True.
you just
I usually spend my Father's Day like golfing or doing something
Okay.
like for myself. So it's like if I take it from myself, but it's the whole week type thing. But I mean, maybe we'll just take the whole family as a vacation, and they can go hang out in Chicago, and I can see some of the sights and stuff like that. And and enjoy Chicago to some degree. So
it's good way to look at it. It's a little trip for everybody. So
yeah. That's the one I feel like we went to Utah for the first time, and we went to Portland, and my wife went with me, and she enjoyed it. She had a good time. So
well, you tell her she can have a little shopping trip of her own, right?
Right. I should tell her that. I always say I made a joke with Cody recently that if Las Vegas ever had one, that I'm sure my wife would be like absolutely 100%. And then of course I'd have a blast at that one, because we get to go do like shows and things like that at night when we're not like at the Lego convention, and maybe make a whole thing of it. But please don't make if there's anybody out there that wants to do Las Vegas, don't do it in the summertime, please.
Yeah.
Good Lord, it'd be hot.
It's oh yeah. I was just thinking. I was thinking of Cody in Vegas. That would be something.
Yeah, I mean they have
That'd be
mountains
something.
there, so
Yeah.
they have slopes. I mean, there's slopes in Tennessee. There's slopes
There are, yeah.
in California. So who
That's a
knows
good
where the brick slopes folks would end up at? So
Well, wherever they end up, someone will always find them, right?
exactly,
So.
exactly, 100%.
All right, Roger. I appreciate you taking some
course.
time out of your day to join me today.
course.
Appreciate it. Thank
Of
you.
course.
Also, I swear to you, you were not a guinea pig today. First on YouTube, but
I
this
think
is
it went
amazing.
good. I think it went
did
great.
too.
So
yeah,
I mean,
I appreciate you. You made this easy, seamless
Yeah.
transition. So
I appreciate that. Thank you. I try.
I would love to check in with you here later this year, see what you've been up to, see
Yeah.
how swimming went. Oh, I mean, obviously I'll check in on that, but yeah, check in later this year and see how everything's been going for you.
Absolutely. I'm always open to, DMs and people reach out to me. I mean, for anything, regardless of, if it's just even an ear to listen to, I'm always there for people. So, the Lego family is, I always say I have three families. I have my family, I have my military family, and I have my Lego family. So,
Yep.
And there's a few people that cross the bridges, like Shy will obviously cross the bridges between the two of them for sure. So, but I'm always open for DMs and always free for anybody if you have questions, or people always ask me how do I hang up my ships, and I'm always more than willing to help out and share my, I don't want to say expertise, but my ability to do that. I've got skills. I got skills.
We'll get somebody to test those skills. So
I've only had one failure in my entire, I don't want to say it's 16 years of flying ships.
You better be knocking on some wood over there.
I am actually hard. I've only had one failure, and that was because I forgot to I just didn't put an anchor in on a really heavy one. But everybody in the community really wants me to buy the Death Star and suspend it above my Lego build table as like a disco light. And
that's
epic.
It
probably should happen.
That's epic. Okay. I'm hopping on that. I'm going to make sure I keep on you about that one too.
So. Yeah, go for it.
All right, Roger. I appreciate it again.
Absolutely.
Look forward to chatting again. Everybody else that joined us tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
you guys
so much for the chat.
Anybody rewatching, please make sure you're following Roger here on YouTube as well as Instagram, Veteran Lego Dad. Awesome person. Make sure you message him too, and make sure you push the Death Star as a disco ball.
Give it, and make sure you give this a like.
Yes,
it's the first one, so give it a like.
Thank you.
Make sure you sub and support, and this is the first of many on YouTube, and it was a pleasure doing it with you, my friend. So
I appreciate it. All right, guys, you have a good night. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you. Bye.